Alright guys, so we're back, and during the entire 2 minutes of the ads, we've been trying to host the lobby. I'm actually getting to this point of just, like, insanity and frustration. Because we can't make these games. I feel like people tuning in at this point are almost more in it to see whether we can get a game up than the actual game itself.
Oh, I can join up MaNa. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, it's been an adventure. No, in order to access this content, you must upgrade.
Well, if only you had not been cheap and bought Legacy of the Void.
3 times. I only bought it twice. One is given to me for free.
Find if you can. Super duper excited to see. I'll relog again. I would not do well on a real insanity test. Like when they do those things where like they purposely put you in a room and they keep telling you like, oh, 5 more minutes. Like I would be done. The first 5 minutes, like the first notification, they'd be like, sir, it'll be 5 more minutes. I'd be like, fucking right it will be. Get me out of here. Like, no thank you. This is trying my patience is what this is. I
had a fun little fake rag on MaNa though.
What happened?
I just kept yelling at him to invite people. Why is he forgetting to invite people? Why is he bad at inviting people?
MaNa, can you invite now? The excellence. It's not working. I'm gonna try hosting again.
Oh, I'm getting like a little piercing headache in my forehead right now.
I know. This is like
The forced laughter.
like I'm actually kind of at this point where I want to let these guys just figure it out on their own and cast this from replays later. Like,
right. I have one more tiny little anecdote about Korea that might put a smile on your face. Invite. I went to the food hall where they were selling pizza. Oh, I'm in! Yes! Okay. They were selling pizza, and they had a super hot pizza, and, you know, I guess in Korean it was something like super hot pizza, super spicy, but they translated it to English as spicy bitch pizza.
I hope you took a picture. Why didn't you take a picture of that? That's amazing.
I'm gonna take a picture tomorrow.
So my invite's still not working. I'm gonna try relogging again. This is worse. This is worse because everyone else is in but me, so now it's like all the cool kids get to play, but I don't get to.
Yep. Even Bly's in here. He's ready to go. What are you gonna do, man?
Well, while I continue to not get into this game, I want to talk a little bit on Guru's ban since it's been gathering quite a bit of Twitter attention. Some people obviously feel that us barring him from events is justified. Some people feel it's not. I would like to explain. Guru's actually not been a bad guy to work with. Sometimes it's a little bit frustrating because his English is like so-so, but he's never technically broken any of our tournament rules, and he's never really been too bad about anything. But with his increasing, I'm gonna say toxicity, being witnessed all over the place, we just don't want it coming here, and it has been slowly getting worse by worse. I need diamond. So, mate, I restarted like 9 times. This is killing me. I am so mad. You don't even. I can't. I swear to God, if I come back in and they say that again, I'm gonna make a play in North America. I'm gonna be like, nope, we're turning this car around right now.
It's okay. I ragged on MaNa for you.
Anyways, TLDR guys, I don't have anything against Guru. I think he's a perfectly fine guy to work with, but we don't want him bringing bullshit our way and us having to deal with it. So that's that. All right, thank you to Coletto for the 2-month resub. I'm not touching anything. Tell him to invite me. My hands are in the air. I'm not even getting away from this annoying ass load screen. Just tell him to invite me. I'm gonna slowly accept it. No, why'd I leave? Oh, he's trying to invite me to a party. This won't work though. I already tried doing this earlier. Hands are in the air. I'm not touching anything that can break anything. Look, Bly just made a game that I'm not invited to. Even though it's supposed to force you in as a party. This happened earlier where I made a game for the student tune in and Alive was in my party and Alive got put into the lobby but I didn't, despite the fact that I was the host of the party in the lobby.
Well, I just called you smartass. You're in.
It's in! It's working! Let's go! Game 1 in a best of 3. How many attempts was that? How many times?
Can't wait till the best of 5.
So the finals today is going to be a best of 1?
One map, whatever map works.
Yeah. First person to make the map wins. First come, first serve.
Frustrating thing to do. This should have been the April Fools. Not hats, not different minerals.
Should have been the April Fools. Shut up. Go.
Wouldn't it just be the bee's knees as someone disconnected in the load screen?
Shut up right now.
Oh, spamming on your keyboard's not going to help those odds, Rifkin.
I know. Spamming go like a child. All right. Finally gonna get into it. Respect for Athene 2 says BaseTradeTV Rifkin. Can you explain why carriers are so OP in the current meta? Carriers have always been very strong units, but now they're cost efficiently strong, and that's why people are really appealing to use them.
Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding. I'm getting excited for nothing.
Story of my life. All right, bottom left side, we got the red Protoss. It's Team Liquid's MaNa.
Damn. That's off right as the blue Zerg. He's Bly.
By the way, already we have someone refuting like it's 5 minerals cost makes carriers OP. Again, going back to free units that come out of the other races, and we're gonna be upset about 5 mineral cost carriers.
I also am not completely on board with this idea that the carrier is OP. So.
I am not either, but I also really want to see people not do anything other than mass Hydra, because it's very clear at this point pure mass Hydra is not working. Oh, well, hey, here's good old Bly for you. We got some resubs to shout out while we got this proxy hatchery coming down. Thank you, Alaska Winter, for the 34 years of saving esports. Make Terran Mech great again!
No.
And thank you, Daffy, for the 9 months as well. Hype!
Hype. Okay, well, yeah, there's one of those, a Forge.
That's actually... So I actually like the way to do this, but what's kind of cool is Bly's playing this out more like you would on Galactic Process and less like you would on some of these other maps. 100% of me believes he's going to let this hatchery complete. It's the gold base here that's the bigger deal, and MaNa is going to cannon it.
It's like watching them play in 2014 all over again.
Yeah, it's like this map is at its strategies review.
Oh yeah. And
MaNa, by the way, is really, really good at cannon rushing, because what he does is he knows how to buy time for the cannons too.
Yeah, exactly. It's so clever. I'm so glad you remembered to do this. So there's gonna be a lot of weird calls in this game. MaNa's gonna be the one that looks a little bit more stable, but of course even he has an entire Nexus denied. Bly is gonna be denied technically 2 hatcheries. That's something.
Yeah, a lot of money
Maybe
wasted.
three.
And I think too, you're banking a lot on that gold to actually get you ahead after this.
And you're banking on it for a bank. Yep, it's true.
Well, that's gonna be a depressing thing to see. Lings are on the way. I don't know if they'll get here in time to save the gold base.
I don't think so. Maybe if he had made them at the gold base.
Well,
but
it'd be one larva though. It wouldn't be that much.
You're right. Well, even then, yeah, it's 2 now. Well, the lings were made in the natural hatchery to get to that main base because MaNa, did he? No, okay, that's what he didn't have the time, or maybe didn't even feel the necessity of making a cannon in his main base, as when it did just force them all back.
Well, actually, there's a problem. Bly didn't lose his hatchery as fast as he needed to. So the spine crawler is actually going to complete. The queen's going to be able to put down a creep tumor. The cannon's actually going to die. Bly might not even lose this hatchery. Funny enough. Mothership, of course, on the wrong side of the map. Queen was actually kiting it around for a moment. Bly suddenly has the upper hand. This looked like it was so easy peasy for MaNa, but I believe Bly may even win off of this.
Yeah, it's quite shocking. If MaNa had gone for even a second cannon, maybe even a third, that would have absolutely sealed the deal in his natural, which would have protected his main base, which then meant that Bly would be on one base right now. He would have lost the gold and this hatchery, but now it is just topsy-turvy.
MaNa's also slapping down Robo and Gateway and everything he needs in the main, so he knows he's going to lose this wall. I like that he's making those concessions. Other side of the map, the Mothership Core finally gets recalled. Didn't really kill much, though. Not a lot of drones actually went down.
And now she's pretty weak, and there's queens on the front line because there's a hatchery on the front line. It's a little worrying.
While there may be an overcharge or not, I do want to point out that, these things get sold out the door. The queen has transfuses, so that spine crawler is not going to be too much trouble anytime soon. This actually becomes a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Shout out to Willie Mammoth, by the way, for the 2-month resub. Now the spine crawler finishes up in just a moment. Bly's actually mining off of this base. Oh my god. The cannons have to buy time for the Immortal. Once the Immortal's out, the defense is a lot easier to pull off, but this is still a struggle because, unlike most situations where there's no lings, there's a lot of lings.
Well, the Baneling bus might just be the kicker. I'm not entirely sure. There's so many structures.
Oh, it's gonna lose the
gonna be
hatchery.
2 Immortals. Okay, it does lose a hatchery. No more mining for the drones.
Well, no more
But
creep
will the
either.
Baneling
He
bus
didn't put the
do
creep
it?
tumor down.
He still could.
He needs to. He really needs to. He's gonna put it in the back so the Immortal doesn't snipe it, but
I actually don't think the Baneling bus is gonna work. I'm unsure.
I'm unsure too because he'll use a lot on the Adepts that'll be blocking the ramp, but he'll need a couple more for the cannons. Will that leave him with anything left over?
Yeah, you need enough lings to surround the Immortals and whatever else reinforcements the else can get, so I'm not sure.
Well, that one spine crawler gets a little bit awkward and forces one of the transfuses out.
There's an option to use the Banelings purely on defense. Bly's trying to expand and get a macro game going.
Well, that's true. Let's also not forget MaNa can build a sentry as well. It's the 8 drones at home that make me think there's a little bit more to this than the front line or the all-in, but this is still a very precarious situation for MaNa because let's say he does break away from this and that Warp Prism brings these Immortals across the map. Lings deal with Immortals pretty nicely. Getting home is not going to be too much of a problem.
Yeah. This isn't the first time we've seen a map play out like this, believe it or not.
That's a lot of Adepts, actually.
Back when this was a super popular strategy, this could get this weird. The new dynamic, of course, is that the Adepts exist instead of just Zealots, which means a little bit different, but I think MaNa still has the upper hand. Yeah, I don't think he can respond to the army.
Well, Banelings might. The problem here is going to be the Adepts, clearly.
Yeah.
Other side, we do have the Overlord able to move forward, possibly to inch in. Banelings do get picked off. The cannons go down. The Lings could run past. They're going to pick off that last bit of defense, run towards that mineral line. Overcharges are pushed on the front. The Mothership Core goes down. Now, MaNa's got nothing left to stop those Blings from picking off all the probes. That being said, the probes, well, they're kind of holding their own.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job, and he's doing, enough damage to our side.
GG. What a first game.
So weird.
I love that very little to almost nothing from the balance patch had anything to do with that game. Like, at all.
Balance patch? No. No, absolutely not.
But Now we get to go spend 20 minutes rigmaroling trying to make a lobby for game 2. So stick around, guys. We'll see you soon. Okay, so we're trying to go, but I'm not getting any invites. Oh, wait. I hit accept. Hands are off the keyboard. Oh, it worked.
That sound.
Okay, so this only took like 3 minutes and not 10, which is good, I guess. I do want to address something as we load into this game. It was brought up during the last game, but we didn't feel it pertinent over the craziness that was going on in game. MaNa is streaming these matches. His first-person point of view is available if you want to go look up his stream on Team Liquid. However, MaNa's not using a stream delay like we are to prevent cheating. And that's fine. That's his own choice, and it's his own risk. But if you are watching MaNa's stream, please do not bring any spoilers back to BaseTradeTV. If you're the type of person who's just going to come to chat and be like, game's already over, MaNa 1-2-0, you're going to get banned, and you're not going to have a chance to get unbanned. Like, most of the time we offer appeals, and sometimes people do get timed out or banned for the wrong reasons. And we've had our fair share of unbanning people. However, those type of people are the scum of the earth and do not deserve a second chance. So don't be that guy if you're watching. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 in the bottom left side for the Corsair Cup semifinals. We have the Red Protoss, Team Liquid's MaNa.
In the top right, as the blue Zerg, he is Bly.
Okay.
In his own base.
Which is a very interesting start. I guess this has everything to do with the fact that it's a 4-player spawn map.
Yep, pretty sure you can't get your drone over to the correct base fast enough.
Well, not with that attitude.
That's true, it's all about attitude.
The faster you click, the quicker you move, right? Everyone knows that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like whenever you're waiting for the PlayStation 2 loading, you just spam buttons. Yep. And then people started getting smart and putting loading game mini games in. Yeah, those were the days. Which apparently were copyrighted for the longest time.
Actually, my favorite load screen was, if anyone ever played the Dead Space series, like the trains/elevator. Dead Space 3, of course. The elevators are the best. You didn't even realize it was a load screen because some of them were interactive.
Yeah, apparently like Bandai or Namco or something like that actually copyrighted for a very long time. So, because I remember I played Dragon Ball Z and they had a little Master Roshi that you could like kind of control. He's spinning, and I was like, "What? Why does this happen more?" And then I learned about it 10 years later on Twitter.
Shout out to Flotch, by the way. I'm glad you passed the test, man. Congratulations. A quick reminder, too, since we were hung up so long in the lobbies and such, we do have a Korean versus Korean TVT in the other semifinals. That'll be waiting to play out after this. So we still have one more best of 3 and a best of 5 before the day is done.
What if it's easier to make lobbies on Korea?
Then it sounds like we're going to be staying on Korea afterwards.
Yeah, wouldn't that be glorious?
No.
But it doesn't work at all in Korea, though.
We do keep it to Europe because it is a European-focused tournament, but still frustrating that it could possibly be just Europe that's screwed. I don't know. Although, Joe from Nerd Street Gamers was saying on Twitter he was getting like 300 ping to the East Coast server, and he lives like a 2-minute drive from it, so I don't know. It sounds like StarCraft in general is just having issues.
There's a server in Philadelphia?
I don't know.
East Coast hype? There's one where I live, too. Okay, so...
Korea?
Yes, actually, Seoul. Good guess. The build actually get to be played out this game. There's no macro hatchery. Bly gotta go for the 3-hatch on Whirlwind if you're not gonna go for Super Cheese early on. But MaNa, this is where we get to actually talk about PvZ. That last game went to MaNa, but I don't know about the macro games. Unless he's also been experimenting with some of the crazier things. Like, Tails had a pretty cool idea.
Oh,
it didn't work 100% of the time, and it's obviously very all-in, so people are going to, like, respond to it better and better every time. But it was a cool idea. I see a lot of people experiment with the same train of thought, like getting Charge Lot Storm and getting Splash. But MaNa just goes for what is pretty standard now. GTs.
DTs with Blink are always an option, I say as I meme my way through this commentary. The Overlord's going to turn into the drop one. We'll actually see Bly maybe get some damage done with this. He's actually pretty good at getting these lings in undetected. That being said, though, I am wondering if he'll go Hydra's behind this. They seem too good not to go for. But the Baneling Nest...
absolutely go Baneling Hydra. What's stopping you? I mean, really.
You don't want to be a scumbag, I guess? You don't want to be on Artosis's shit list for the rest of forever? Artosis's ladder tweets have been like my favorite thing to read for the last like 3 days.
He is so passionate about the ladder. Yeah. Supposed to see him tweet in a while.
Right? It's been about hating grapes or something and Hydralisks.
I don't understand that. Oh, I bought grapes today. Fruit is hella expensive in Korea. What the fuck? Alright, so Bly didn't do much damage there, but the point is Bly scouted what's going on, and he re-scouted again what was going on. So he should not be taking any damage whatsoever. And he should be getting a Hydralisk, which, you know, then is a question of does MaNa have any response to that?
Oh, okay, there's an Overseer and a Spore Crawler, so detection won't be the issue for these DTs. MaNa's probably best off picking them all up and just making an Archon or two.
Another bad thing for Protoss is the Warp Prism did lose some health, so the Queen's going to be able to snipe that a little bit quicker. Protoss feels good.
Does it, though?
No, it doesn't. You actually get the carriers, and you're like, thank God.
I just come out. Yeah, I mean, the dynamic of the matchup, at a glance, keep in mind, this is still like barely a week-old patch type thing. The dynamic of the matchup so far seems to be in the mid game, the early game. It's all about Protoss or Zerg, baby. They've got it with Hydras, they've got it with all-ins. But if Protoss can get to the late game, if you can get those triple Stargates down with a fleet beacon, then the game is going to go to the Protoss every single time. At least from what we've seen so far, and this is a accumulation of like both Protoss and Zerg on Europe and Korea. So I'm still undecided on how I feel on the matchup, but I do think that these 7-range Hydras are going to be, I don't know, they need to be toned down a bit. Somehow.
I really think those carry games are outliers. Like, you have to use some significant damage for the carry actually works just as is. Carrier Storm, though, is pretty cool. This Blink all-in is not going to work now that the Warp Prism's been killed.
Yeah. Queen's get in here as well, and while the Hydras may not be the powerful driving force behind this, Bly does not lose his hatchery. The drones are pulled over to the ledge. He's actually going to manage to hold on to this.
Yeah. That's not the change of the Warp Prism's health or anything like that. Those Queens are on top of it way too quick, but MaNa's going to try and expand, you know, cut his losses, keep whatever he can alive, and...
He really wants that Archon. It's got like 1 health, there we go.
Oh, Bly is overcommitting here off of creep like this, but Bly just needs to take a second, get 10 more drones, and he can probably go back into Pure Ling Hydra, which is going to be a pain for MaNa to deal with. Colossus might be on the docket. Again, this was a 7-gateway Blink Stalker all-in that did not work against the guy who's going for Hydra Ling Baneling. But the good news is that Bly does not have already 65 drones and 1 billion Hydras. So Bly is actually the one that's in worse numbers because he's been stuck at 44 drones for so long.
Drone count aside for a moment, he's upgrading the melee, so I mean, Lings and Banelings get the benefit, that's cool. But I'm wondering if, like, do you really put the emphasis on that, or you want to beef up these Hydras?
I would think beef up the Hydras, but, you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see appeals to both.
Oh, rip.
Oh, almost rip. Jeez.
That range is so stupid. I had a game yesterday on Habitation Station where in the bottom right, you can't even float to the corner of the map. The Hydras can still reach you over there. Or not float, but fly. It was with a unit, not a building. I wasn't being a dick, but...
I just assumed.
By the way, really nice representation right there about the Hydra speed on creep now. Saw that come into action. Mothership Core recall, so Overcharge should land. MaNa's pre-spreading the probes, so yeah, Bly's only going to get a couple of kills. Tack into the base up here at the same time.
I was going to say, those Hydras are unprotected, but the Blink Stalker Blinkin still ended up trading Nope,
Well,
now Bly's not even attacking, so it's trading really well to Windstalkers.
yeah, I don't know why he's trying to retreat from Link's Stalkers of all things. They're meant to pounce, but as he gets on creep, he does get a big speed boost, and maybe that's all he needed.
Look
Seriously.
how dumb they look with their tails. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
They really can't keep up with the rest of their body.
It looks like they're sped up. Like, it doesn't look like it's actually their animation.
So the funny joke part of this is, like, again, without extended Thermal Lance, the Hydras currently would outrange the Colossus, but there is going to be Thermal Lance, so it should be not so bad for MaNa. Bly lost a lot going into this, and as you pointed out, his drone count was low for so long and still isn't even that admirable, so he's not got the money to pump out like a max supply of like 200 Hydras, which is frankly what he needs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been the problem for a while. Like, it's great that got the Hydras and just kind of easily pushed back MaNa's attack, but MaNa, because he did it, Bly to respond in a way that was damage enough. And Bly did herself with Hydras. I think Colossus are definitely the way to go. We're going to have to go back to Wings of Liberty here and start talking about the Spire for Corruptors. But the issue has always been that Corruptors need to snipe the Colossus before the Colossus gets too much damage done. I love that thread that was posted earlier where it was like, if we tell Idra that Hydras have more range, then will he come back? Because this is going to be like such nostalgia if it's Hydra Corruptor versus Colossus Blinkstalker.
You know, it'd be like even cooler than Idra coming back, actually.
What?
People letting him fucking go.
I feel like this has gone from like, I get your point, to now that you're a little too salty that people bring up the nostalgia.
I am salty. Like, it really actually bothers me. There's so many people who are hung up on the wrong parts of StarCraft. Like, everyone's so focused on the dead game or day 9, please come back, Husky or Idra. Like, just let it go. Accept what the current state of the game is, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it so much better. So much more.
I agree in the first part, but I think that jokes like that are perfectly acceptable. I laughed, but I also...
No, I agree. Like, it's funny. It's a funny statement. I was just following up because it's like, roll my eyes afterwards.
This is a death ball. It even has the sentries included. Bly just loses. Like, Hydras are good against Stalkers. They're good against Horsemen now, but they're not good against Colossus.
I really like the attempt to fly the Banelings in on top of the sentries. But the Hydras have got range to shoot over the force fields like never before. However, the Colossus are still just mowing them down. And MaNa...
It's Wings of Liberty!
Yeah, this wasn't the greatest macro Hydra game out of Bly, so it's hard for me to be like, well, there's the solution, guys. All the Protoss people have been crying about how to beat Hydras. Here you go. But this was an excellently well-executed plan from MaNa. So GG. He'll move on to the Grand Finals. And we hope his TVP is up to snuff, because he'll be playing against either... Alive or Keen.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah.
Alright, Keen, Alive, Go-Go, same channel, Korea.
Use the region swipper. The region swisher.
You know, I would, but I'm just gonna Alt F4 for good measure, because apparently that's what it takes today. So, we have a TVT, Korean versus Korean, coming up next. It'll be MaNa versus the winner of this series in the Grand Finals. All jokes we were making earlier aside, it is going to be a best-of-5 finish. So we've got this best-of-3 semifinals, then a best-of-5 Grand Finals before we're done. Thank you for joining us this week for the Corsair Cup. Again, a quick reminder, there's Cyber Monday deals all over the place, and Corsair's no exception. Get some of their gear for cheap, but do us a favor. If you're going to shop on their site, do it through the links down below, because it tells them that you came from BaseTradeTV. And better than that, if you guys buy Corsair gear, make sure to tweet it at us. Tag Corsair as well. But we're going to go to a break. We'll see you guys soon.